Black Milk dropped a new album called Ceremonial.
Mm-hmm.
Black Milk is one of my favorite producers. Been following him for a very long time. I feel like he's become a better MC throughout the years as well.
Yeah, it certainly has.
And a great songwriter. So I was talking to one of my students yesterday, and we were talking about production stuff or something, and Black Milk came up. So I just went to his Bandcamp to show him, and I was like, oh, Black Milk dropped an album. I didn't even know he dropped an album, and I'm a Black Milk fan. He's one of my favorite producers. And it started to make me think, like with all the hoopla around Drake, his new album, lead up to it, then how the algorithms push everything. How do we feel about not knowing when some of our favorite artists drop stuff or are engaging and maybe have their own type of rollouts, but because we're in a particular algorithmic pocket, we don't see much about it. And now here we are spending an hour and a half talking about Drake when sure, some of the music is good, but some of this other music
like
is something we actually care about and it is actually really good and kind of like groundbreaking in a particular type of way. We don't even talk about it, don't even really see it sometimes.
No, I think that's one of the saddest parts about modern hip hop is that, we spend a certain amount of time. It's kind of like the analogy I made about how, if you're a teacher and you spend so much time dealing with the student who's standing on his desk and eating crayons that you don't realize that there's a second grader over here who's painting the Mona Lisa and another kid over in the corner who's doing algebra problems. And that's unfortunately what happens. There's so much oxygen that's taken up by a few people that we wind up either ignoring or not even knowing about. Luckily, there's I saw the video of AZ and Nas on the Tonight Show, where I would have known there was another version of Do or Die that came out.
Yep.
That wasn't even in my discovery on Tidal, where I listened to all of my music. And so, like, I think it's sad because we're really at the mercy of the algorithm. And if for whatever reason the algorithm doesn't push something that we love, or into our faces, then we have to hear about it almost secondhand, or we wind up hearing about it late. It'd be way better if I'd have known about the Do It, so I could at least rant it the week it came out.
Yeah.
So maybe, like I said, when you listen to something one time, it only affects it so much, but it would have been something. And AZ is an artist that I still very much appreciate.
Yeah, I immediately bought the Black Milk album on Bandcamp. Like, I was like, damn, I didn't even know it. Let me just buy it. Partly for that reason. It was just like, okay, let me amplify this a little bit more, even though it's not an algorithm on Bandcamp, but still, it was like,
but at the same
I felt
time,
bad. It's like I should know this.
It's the same reason why, I bought the De La Soul album and I bought the Clips album, because my going and buying that piece of vinyl means a lot more than me just sitting and listening to it when I have some time.
Sure.
Again, this goes back to Drake being in a position to where he's not just a man. He is part of the machine. The machine works in his favor. And we see that in real time because, again, we didn't know I actually listened to the Black Milk about a week ago. I think it came out that prior Friday. So I listened to it before the Drake came out. But like things like that, it gets lost because they're not behind these machines to help push this toward the people who actually rock with them. Again, the algorithms can formulate themselves based off of, even leading up to the week of something else coming out. It's going to change a lot of the things that are coming up. A lot of your posts are going to look the exact same. But if Black Milk isn't, very vocal on what's it called? Social media, essentially. If he's not saying it himself and he's relying on his Bandcamp people to just rock with him, that's a problem too. I also seen we're talking about Black Milk, but Lizzo was talking about how the algorithm is not really boosting what she's doing right now. And that she was there's videos of her hanging up posters herself because nobody knows that she has an album coming out.
Yeah.
So, this is all part of the machine itself and being tied to a record label. These are the benefits of being part of a record label and having somebody help push your stuff, because without that, unfortunately, you get lost in the sauce when all of these other albums start coming out. that aren't deemed chart worthy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not considered pop music
or trending topics.
Trending, right? It's not going to make it to the forefront of the audience, unfortunately. So I mean, that's something to talk about as far as why it's important to stay visual on social media if you don't have a machine that's backing you. Because otherwise you're going to disappear.
The thing that's crazy. So even Threads, and I'll let you chime in, but Threads. So I don't know if you are on Threads at all, but it shows you I have 224,000 recent views on my profile, which is a lot from some random threads. I've been posting videos of the with commentary on all the songs that I've been put out on the project. 4 views, 6.
Because you're not paying for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I put a slot post out there about some random shit. It just blows up. You know what I mean? But anything that you try to promote yourself that isn't aligned with whatever a trending topic is, that's going to keep somebody on the platform in that particular type of way. They don't care about it. They don't push it.
Look, if I post a picture or a flyer and something has words of a time or, to get 12, if I post a picture of like, look at this dog.
Yeah. What do you think needs to potentially change or what could change the tides so that, for us to maybe not miss out on the great music that we want to hear? Like I think about everybody sitting at this table. We are people that go and look for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that kind of like threw me off yesterday is that I was literally, I take time every week to, obviously I'm bringing down the band. I do community posts where I share new music that's dropped, one a day. I had no idea this dropped. And I feel like I stay in the now as much as possible. But if I miss a week, then it's like, damn, I missed an entire cycle. And now I don't see anything, right?
I just look at the releases on Friday.
Cycles. Yeah, that's how I found it. Yeah. I looked on because I got I'm on YouTube Premium. And like I also give you YouTube Music and it popped up.
Yeah.
And new music for that week. So like they just did that with me this week with Devin Morris. And he just dropped a new song.
Oh, word?
Yeah. See, once again,
is it longer than 20 seconds?
Yeah,
because
it is.
His records are like 42 seconds long.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like the conversation that I was having, like, do you think that there is either a desire or a necessity for like a blog-esque movement to research?
Yeah.
I really think there is because
to even like play the field to kind of battle this algorithm is kind of similar.
No, because you can go to your you can go to the algorithm. Like
that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's because that's what made the blog era so special. If I went to Two Dope Boys or Bringing Down the Band, I knew, okay, this is going to be the music that I enjoy. I'm not going to have to sift through. I mean, you still got to sift through things, but it's different than what the algorithm has pushed to me. Is like, oh, okay, luckily it pushed that performance on the Tonight Show by AZ, but because it's drawing from so many other things, like it's also going to bring me the new whatever girl rapper singing about ass. It also brought me that.
Sure.
And it'll probably bring me that before, because that has some money behind it.
Yeah.
As opposed to letting me know that Do or Die 3 is out.
What would be a realistic way, do you think, especially because of how people consume? Do you think that there's is a really good way for people, like, is there a desire for like a blog style-esque type curation, like people to curate stuff? And if so, like, what does that look like now?
I think it is, because essentially that's all the playlist is. You know what I mean? These Rap Caviar, etc., those are quote unquote blogs.
Kind of.
But they are more payola than anything. And kind of the blogs turned into that eventually, because
I tried to turn it into YouTube. I tried to, but I got too much pushback. Like I tried to like upload records that people liked, and my thinking was, well, the artists are going to monetize this anyway, so they're going to get paid from it. It's a win. I build an audience, they get paid from it, right? But there's just too much pushback from it. I feel like a lot of these platforms don't do enough for people that do want to act in like a curatorial role, and they kind of like push away from it in a way that doesn't really kind of benefit the person that's doing the curating, because it's either they're going to strip all the money from it, or you got to just do it for the love. And,
I think that's what Instagram is now, kind of.
Is it?
Because there's a couple people that I follow that turn me on to a couple records that I wasn't hip to, and they do this frequently.
You know what I mean? There are some people that do go to Instagram and just make like play shorts. You see them do short form stuff sometimes.
And they tell you like these these are the records that came out this week that I liked.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those pages like that.
I've tried it. Maybe I'm just not successful in that particular type of way, because I've tried doing that and I never get. I'll bring back the turn off your radio videos for a while. Man, nobody checks those out. So it's just
it almost becomes a labor of love and throwing too much on your plate, doing too much. But I mean, I don't feel like, I don't think people will go to one site to check out everything anymore.
I don't think so either.
I think
some of us would.
Some of us would, but as a majority, I think people rely on, again, like you said, Instagram, social media, and just whatever Apple Music and YouTube Music tells you was hot or what just came out. I think people rely on that.
I think it's got to be if it is going to be a thing, I think it's got to be a person. It's got to be like somebody that people trust, that people go to. It can't just be like an entity. It's got to be like, now I'm going to go check out Jackson's playlist because I like Jackson and I like I like his music taste and I like the things that he does, and I also like his personality. It's like the entire medium. It's like, you know.
So you're creating a video jockey, essentially. So you're taking some of the old and spinning it to a new version of things for people to check out. I mean, which would still embody blog-esque type of situation. But
if you could do it on a platform that potentially could be beneficial, I think if YouTube allowed for creators to, like, that fair use, for example, like let's say, bringing down the band, let's say I uploaded Mike's new record, and within that, we could do splits within everybody that watches it. So Mike gets, let's say, 70% of whatever the ad revenue is from that percentage, and then the 30% goes to me for uploading that video. That seems kind of equitable. Seems like something that could, and that potentially could influence people to do it. But then you got like, there's a whole bunch of issues around that as well too. But I don't know. I don't know the solution. But
I don't either. I think it kind of.
But I feel like we're missing.
It's
that.
a market there.
I think
we're missing it. I
think it boils down to, like you were saying, as far as artists not really respecting somebody that's uploading their music and they're also getting compensated for it. I think that's where the issue runs into. Like, remember a while ago I was thinking about trying to create a music video show, essentially, but it doesn't, at the end of the day, it won't benefit me at all because I can't monetize that. There's no way that I can get money for showing videos of other artists, even though I'm acting as a personality on this show. I'm not going to benefit from that at all. So there's no point in doing it. And then the artist is going to benefit, but they'll still give you a strike for sharing their stuff. So it's like, it damn near is a lose-lose situation.
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I thought of that based around Black Milk's new project, which is called Ceremonial. So make sure you go check that out. He's got vinyl.